go racing again. Red light goes on. And it goes out, away they go, and a good-ish stop by Danny Hans. He'd got his nose in front for a fraction of a second of Craig Pollard, but I think Pollard's going to have the move, and he looked across to the left-hand side there to check Danny Hans wasn't there. He wasn't, so he took the line that he preferred into Richie's corner for the first time, and it's Pollard leading in that yellow web as they head through Richie's and up towards the hairpin for the first time. Danny Hans going right with him a bit further back. You've got Matthew Hyde there in third place. He's got ahead of Craig Bell, who's dropped down to fourth position there for, I think, Buxton. Ian Buxton was attacking Craig Bell for that place as they came out of the Wilson hairpin for the first time.
Yeah, Hyde went right round the outside bravely, and Danny Hans is challenging for the lead coming out of Palmer. He took a tighter line on the exit of the corner, and he's drawing up alongside the race leader, I think, as they go down towards Agostini, braking late down the outside. Pollard, though, on that inside line, that's a better line to be on for track position, and therefore he continues to lead. Hyde third, pulling away already from Craig Bell, and then the rest of the pack come through the hairpin.
Yeah, so top two getting away, heading through the left-hander. They're clear now of the teenager, Matthew Hyde in third position. But we're watching here Craig Pollard, who is an accountant by qualification, is a company director these days of a window business, and then he's ahead of Danny Hans, the Three Bridge Campers man, as they head down the Bentley Straight. No one else quite yet inside. You just see Matthew Hyde's helmet poking up over the top. Oh, and Ian Buxton's out of the race, so one of the front runners pulling off the circuit, number 69, so that's a bit of a surprise. He finished 7th in the end yesterday as Pollard and Hand head through Nelson and out through the bomb hole for the first time.
Yeah, they were using a lot of road and perhaps a little bit more on the exit of the S's there, but Craig Pollard is now starting to pull clear of Hans. Here he is, really works the cars. It comes through Coram really quick. We noted yesterday these cars not that much slower than Formula 4 1600 cars on this long lap, despite the smaller engine capacity. Let Tim Probert second the championship, just dipping a couple of wheels a little bit wide out of the final corner there, but it's Craig Pollard across the line, 6/10 clear of Hans in second, then 4 seconds back to Matthew Hyde, who is in third position. He got a third at Brands Hatch, and the car behind them has gone off the road. It's Hyde, isn't it? Matthew Hyde's gone right through the gravel trap at Ritchie. He's just avoided the tyre wall.
He has. He's kept out of that one. Garner, meanwhile, has come into the pit lane and is out of the race of the number 10 car. But Matthew Hyde immediately unstrapping himself from the cockpit and getting out of the car. So not quite sure what happened there. As you say, didn't reach the barrier, but he's out of the car now and running to a position of safety.
Real shame, because we were just saying how well he was going up there in third. So it's an even bigger gap back now to everybody else behind Craig Pollard and Danny Hans. It's Craig Bell like yesterday then who is there. Then Vaughan Jones. He went really well at Brands Hatch. He got a podium. He got a second place at Brands Hatch. Then Andrew Cooper is up next in fifth position, who had a bit of a problemed race yesterday, so he'll be hoping to go well. But the top two, they turn their way through Oggies then and head back onto sort of the old circuit, onto the Bentley Straight. So Pollard and Hans 5 seconds plus ahead of the rest.
Yeah, absolutely right. So it's going to be Bell, number 99, Craig Bell, moving up into third place in the AHS Dominator with the shark fin on the rear bodywork, and he's being chased by Vaughan Jones and Andrew Cooper, who was 14th yesterday. Pollard and Hans are top two, 2 and 3, but there's an ever-increasing gap between these two now as well, isn't there? I think Hans perhaps is feeling that the chase might be a vain one. There's Vaughan Jones in the 43 car, just chasing after that car, number 99, Craig Bell.
See, the marshals are tending to Matthew Hyde's car now. I think they're hoping to get it into a safe position if they can. Up there at Ritchie's, obviously big gaps between each lap here at Snetterton, so we are going to have yellow flags all the way down the straight basically to warn the drivers of that. The work with the marshals on the track. A 2:08.9 for Pollard, and that is a quick lap. Is that a lap record? It is, isn't it? So yes. Craig Pollard sets a new lap record. We didn't think that would happen a couple of hours ago.
No, not at all.
2:08.96, so great lap there from the race leader.
Absolutely. The circuit is now clear The marshals have got the car pushed back behind the barrier. Still got the yellow flags out, curiously.
I wonder if there's some marshals just getting back to post on the, out of our view.
Possibly, yes. But yeah, the yellow flag now going in. But all is well with the world as Matt Topham and Daniel Lanier are going side by side through Riches that time. And this is at the sort of back end of the top 10. That's Lanier in the 25 car, just trying to get past number 47, Matt Topham. He's going pretty well here this weekend. Both of them are Class B entered. No, they're not Class B entered drivers at all. I was looking at my program. Matt Topham is, but Daniel Lanier isn't. James Huckley, the other car there within that group, is. That's the one that was confusing him with. Who's that looking a bit smoky, Josh? That's is that Andrew Cooper?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I think it is. He's lost the place to Tim Probert. So Andrew Cooper, number 41, in the AHS Dominator now, in a little bit of strife maybe.
Yeah, that's right. He missed the Brands Hatch meeting. Had a podium though earlier in the year at Donington Park, and had a fourth as well at Croft. Returning this weekend to Snetterton. Like you said, a poor result yesterday after some problems.
Shame for him because it's his local circuit. He's a solicitor from Bury St Edmunds, so within East Anglia, neighbouring county of Suffolk. But Cooper possibly may not get to the end of this race because he's losing ground to Probert as well, so he's down to 6th place.
So like in front, Vaughan Jones was trying to go around the outside of Craig Bell, and I think he might have done it. We'll pick that up in a few moments. So just ahead of this battle for 3rd position, Vaughan Jones around the outside into the bomb hole, which is pretty impressive. Goes ahead of Craig Bell. This has been a really good season for Vaughan Jones. He missed the first meeting, but he had that 2nd place finish last time out at Brands Hatch, and he's 7th in the championship.
Yeah, it is a good drive. In his 40s is Vaughan from Abergavenny. He's the director of an asbestos consultancy. He's going to lose the place to get over the line there to Craig Bell, I think, as the number 21 car of Adam Zeba comes into the pits, by the way. So Craig Bell has got back ahead of Vaughan Jones, who started racing in 2016. I think all of his racing has been done in Formula V. He's out there in a 2009 Storm, a Bears prepared engine, the car originally built by Steve Glaswell in 2009, then rebuilt by him in 2019, and it was finished off by Vaughan when he acquired it 3 years ago.
So as you say, dropped back behind Craig Bell again, so we'll see how that battle continues. They're 4 seconds ahead of Tim Probert, who, as we saw on the previous lap, got past Andrew Cooper. Problems now for Chris Wilshire there in 59, another driver from East Anglia, from Suffolk, Haverhill. So he's retiring as well. He was 19th before that.
Yeah, that lucky was at the approach track Steve Dippins, where he'd come to a stop. The marshals were trying to push him back into the paddock. I'm not sure the car wanted to cooperate though, unfortunately.
So we're working lap 4 of the race. Craig Pollard led by 3.5 seconds over Danny Hans, who's also going quicker than he went yesterday. And then that battle for 3rd. Well, it's not really a battle anymore because Craig Bell sort of been woken up, hasn't he, by being passed by Vaughan Jones. He's now pulling away again in 3rd position. Craig Bell currently 8th in the championship and 7 points behind Vaughan Jones, actually. So these two quite close together in the championship. They both have missed the meeting as well, so they're all on equal ground and have both had podiums. And by the end of the straight, using the toe, Vaughan Jones is right there again, right back on terms with Craig Bell. So you've got the AHS Dominator of Craig Bell and the Storm of Vaughan Jones involved in this battle. Great multi-mark category Formula V.
Yes, as meanwhile Craig Pollard's gone over the line again and he's set a new lap record again, a 2:08.61, as you can see on screen there, continuing to extend his lead over Danny Hans by, well, now 5.5 seconds. So watching Bell and Jones come up and over the line to complete their 4th lap in 3rd and 4th position. We've got about 6 minutes of the race left to go. Behind them it's Tim Probert in 5th position. Andrew Cooper is still circulating in 6th place, but there's still a sort of haze emerging from his car, so possibly all not completely well with that. Of course, these cars run the VW Beetle air-cooled engines, and there Vaughan Jones has got back ahead of Craig Bell at Riches and into 3rd position.
Yeah, let's see how long that lasts, because I can see there's been quite a few place changes. Craig Bell adjusting something there. You can see his hand moving about down the straight, and he's not letting that affect him. He's trying to get back ahead. He lost his nose cone yesterday, didn't he?
That's right.
In the race, but he's got a nose cone on at least. Whether it's the same one as yesterday, don't know. But they come up here towards Agostini, and Tim Probert behind isn't really going any quicker than them. He's about 5 seconds back. So it's just really these two drivers contesting third position. On the parallel side of the circuit, you could see Craig Pollard so far ahead, over 20 seconds ahead, heading down the Bentley Straight. But for third, it's Jones ahead at this stage. This battle should go right to the flag, Ian.
Yeah, it looks like it should do, shouldn't it? And a really nice scrap between these two for the final podium position. They're about 5 seconds clear of Tim Probert as well, who's in 5th. So I think it's just going to be these two. Oh, and they're going to be further ahead of Tim Probert now because he's just had a spin. Is that at Oggies? Yeah. And so he's going to get back again, heading towards Williams.
Craig Bell had a big moment out of the Williams corner. I think he's got a problem. So that battle isn't going to go to the end. Andrew Cooper's going to find himself in 4th all of a sudden. So I saw Craig Bell kept fiddling around with something in the cockpit,
Yeah,
and I wonder
if
something has broken. He got very sideways. There he is, pulling up just alongside the Armco barrier. So this is going to mix the order up a little bit further back. So there's Andrew Cooper, who's now 4th. Who's in 5th, I wonder? Is it Tim Probert after his spin? Craig Pollard's, by the way, already across the line and set another lap record, 2 minutes 08.52, 8 seconds clear of Hans as he went across the line. 2 laps probably to go.
Yes, indeed. Here's Vaughan Jones in 3rd place. So there's Cooper in 4th. Can we get a shot of who's in 5th? Whoever it is a long way back. Weren't in shot there. I'm just worried that Cooper's not going to make it to the end as well because they're looking a little bit smoky.
Here they are. It is Tim Probert. He's only there just ahead of Ben Cressy in the former championship winning Storm, and Mark Egan is also involved in that battle.
Yeah, you've got Ben Cressy in his mid-30s, a production manager from Ashbourne in Derbyshire. Started racing in Formula V just a couple of years ago, and this is, as you say, the ex-Ben Meludi Championship winning car. Not a lot of other experience in motorsport besides the Formula V, or no experience in motorsport besides Formula V for Ben Cressy, but he's doing well in his couple of seasons in the category so far.
Matt Topham's got himself up ahead of James Huckle for the lead of Class B, and 9th overall. There is Probert just ahead of Ben Cressy, who Ian's been talking about, and then Mark Egan in there as well. So Tim Probert 2nd in the championship. At the moment, he got a 2nd place at Brands Hatch, a 3rd place at Croft. He's had 4th, 5th and 6th place finishes as well this season. Currently running in 5th ahead of Ben Cressy, who's 10th in the championship. Had his best result last time out at Brands Hatch, which was a 6th, I think. Something like that, and he's working his way down towards Hamilton now.
Danny Hans is going to get a black and white driving standards flag down beneath us, so he'll have been pushing the track limits a little bit too far during the course of the race so far, I should imagine. As we're watching their Probert now with a bit more of a gap over Ben Cressy. He's pulled out a little bit more of an advantage in that number 6 Storm, the driver from Richmond in Yorkshire. Pollard's just gone across the line again to start his final lap, but no improvement on his lap record that time. Which is still the 208.52. So there's Probert. He's been racing in Formula V for quite a long time now, one of the more experienced drivers on the grid. Has had a win and quite a few podiums down the years as well.
Mark Egan, who's at the back of this group, is only 19th in the championship. He missed Brands Hatch. He had his best result at the first round of the season, actually, which was a 9th place. There's Andrew Cooper, who's still going. They're in 4th position. The driver who's 9th in the championship had a 3rd, a 4th and a 4th to start the season off, but then it's not gone so well since since Donington Park and that first race at Croft. And he goes across the line in P4, lapping slower though, by 5 seconds slower than what he can do, and he is only 6 seconds ahead of Tim Probert. So whether Probert can catch him before the end on this last lap, we shall have to wait and see. Daniel Lanier trying to get involved in that battle as well. He's in 8th in the AHS Dominator, and he's 21st in the championship. We haven't seen him in the championship since Donington Park, actually. He's had a few months off, so good to see him back out. There is that battle for Class B, actually, heading through Ritchie's between James Huckle, I think he got himself back ahead of Matt Topham. Or possibly not, as they come down into Wilson.
Yeah, down to the Wilson hairpin. So good scrap this for 9th and 10th. It looked like it might change again. So you've got James Huckle in the number 42 car. That's the Shane. and it's an AHS challenger for Matt Topham, making their way through Palmer on this the final lap of the race. Craig Pollard can't be too far away from the end of the race. In fact, he's at Coram now for the final time. So race leader just coming into Murray's on the final occasion of this race. There is Craig Pollard just coming up to lap one of the back markers as well as they come up to the line. But the checkered flag is made ready, and it's going to be another victory then for Craig Pollard in the Martins Group Formula V Championship. Dominant performance again, but still this battle raging on for ninth position, Josh.
Yeah, that's right. So they work their way here up towards Williams. So still got half a lap to go for these two drivers.
Danny Hans, meanwhile, has come across the line in second place, 14.5 seconds behind Pollard.
Matt Topham won in Class B for the first time yesterday. James Huckle yet to achieve that, but he's right there in the tow as they come up towards Brundle. Some yellow flags in the background, so somebody's perhaps had a moment, although it might be the yellow flags actually to clarify the end of the race and going into Park Ferme, not sure. Anyway, the cars work their way through. If some more cars are coming across the line, Ian?
Yeah, Vaughan Jones completes the podium, nearly more than three quarters of a minute behind the race leader. Fourth is going to go the way of Andrew Cooper. Lapped car just behind him of number 22, John Cressy. Then Tim Probert comes through in fifth place, number 6. Sixth place is number 11, which is James Cressy. Mark Egan takes seventh. Eighth goes the way of Daniel Lagny. And then this battle for ninth is just coming up to the line, and I think it is going to go the way, is it not, of Matt Topham, number 47. So he wins Class B as well by about a car length in the end from number 42, James Huckle. So a nice little scrap between those two for the final two positions inside the top 10. Yeah,
that's right. Rick Lagny, he should come home in 11th. There he goes through, passing the flag. And then Sam Engineer will complete the top 12. But as Ian was saying there, the top 3 drivers were rather spread. But the big thing really there for Craig Pollard is a new lap record, which don't come along in Formula V racing very often, really. So great job there from him. A 2 minutes 08.52 and another race win number 6 of the season. Second for Danny Hans. He attempted to get past at the start, couldn't do that. And Vaughan Jones, he probably will have the most to talk to Kieran about, because he was involved in that battle with Craig Bell for a lot of the race before Craig Bell had to retire. I think we had 17 cars in the end take the checkered flag. So this weekend's been a bit of attrition for the Formula V competitors. As we heard from some of the other races, it's quite hot here this weekend, despite being overcast, and perhaps that's just affected a few of the cars.
So the cars have headed into Park Ferme at the end of the race. As we say, they will continue their season at Silverstone next month. They go to Cadwell Park in September and conclude their year at Mallory Park in October. Craig Pollard certainly seems to be the man to beat at the moment in the Martins Group Formula V Championship. That was our last race before the lunch break, so if you are here at the circuit, good opportunity to grab yourself a bite to eat from Tyrrell's restaurant, or to head into the paddock and chat to some of the drivers. For those of you watching on the live stream, we'll have some more entertainment for you during the course of the lunch break, but before that, let's head down to Park Ferme and hear from Kieran McKinley.
So the Martins Group Formula V Championship comes to an end here, and I've got the top 3 drivers. I managed to wrangle them in. We've got the race winner here in Craig Pollard. Craig, race win and a new fastest lap for the series for you. What do you make of that?
Yeah, we were sort of halfway house on setup between wet and dry, and didn't have quite the optimum setup, but I know that my dad was hankering for a lap record, and it's our home track, and I know he wanted it, and managed to get there. We weren't quite as quick as qualifying, but you know, it's an absolute monster of a car, and you know, I know Graham's probably watching back home, and thank you very much for the car and everything and all the hard work you've done on it, because it's a masterpiece, and you know, the guys are just trying to find things to give an answer to it, but it doesn't look like there is one at the moment. So yeah, great stuff. Really happy with that.
So there was a bit of a mixed setup going into this race, so that makes the lap record now even sweeter, surely?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we know that we went quicker than that considerably in qualifying, so the pressures are a bit higher and a couple of other adjustments made, so we could have gone better, but you know, we don't need to. It was a good race, and staying out in front has been good this year.
Well, great. Congratulations to you, and enjoy the victory.
Thanks, cheers.
Let's have a find of our second place driver then in Daniel Hans. Dan, second place for you today. Looks a lot drier than it was this morning out there. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was a little bit slippy. I think it was key to get some heat into tyres early on. Again, I had a good start. I kept up with Craig for a couple of laps, hung on to him for another couple, but unfortunately just too quick. You know, I got no answer for Craig and that car together. Is a force which is difficult to beat. So done what I could do. Just kind of gave up after lap 4 and just saved the engine and just brought it home. So a bit of a lonely race, bit of a boring race, but but it's a second place finish, so I can't be too disappointed with that.
I was going to say boring race, but second place, so not a bad day at the office.
No, not bad. We was really hoping for rain, if I'm honest, because I thought it might level the playing field, but unfortunately it dried out. So yeah, it is what it is.
Dan, congratulations on second place and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
And let's see if we can find our third place driver in Vaughan Jones. Vaughan, you turned up to the paddock here with a surprise on your face. You didn't expect to be here?
No, I didn't, to be honest. I got third at Brands in my last event, which then got promoted up to second. But yeah, I wasn't expecting a third here either, to be honest. I think I may have lucked in a little bit. I think Craig Bell had a bit of a problem. But, well, I didn't, so that's fine.
Well, yeah, fine for your side of the garage, for sure. I mean, podium for you today. How are you feeling? How was the track out there?
It wasn't too bad, actually. I thought it might have been a bit damper than it was, but it wasn't. It was actually quite dry, so it was, yeah, good.
I can just see from the smile on your face, you're just happy to be here. Fantastic.
Yeah, really happy, to be honest.
Well, Vaughan, I'll let you celebrate this moment. Enjoy the podium.
Thank you very much.
And with that, then, we come to a little bit of a break. But when we come back, we've got a feature featuring the Austin Centenary Race, which is a race coming up later today. So make sure you join us for then.